installed our own rooftop. Automatically filling the gel for junction box. Okay, from the video you can see we are following the standard with all the top brand. In the market, maybe some brands are very famous. Some brand like top 10 or top 6, they already get like a lot of marketing share in the PV module industry. So, but we are following their standard of the production, marketing, and we are trying very hard to get the as much as I can of the marketing share. So this is R&D part from Sunova, and this is a production series. Basically, in Greek market, the production you are interested in is like small panel for the residential roofs, and large panel like 550 for the ground mounted, or also the CNI roofs. It's very how to say, common. And yeah, and this is our N-type series. We changed its name to Tangra, and we also have different size for different installation condition. And the following is our projects in Europe. We have like more than 100 megawatt project in Netherlands, and in France, in Romania, all use the most popular modules. Also in Greece, like 550 watt bifacial one. this is small utility. I think small utility is very popular in Greece right now. Like under 1 megawatt, several hundred kilowatt, and this is a CNI roof. This is shopping mall rooftop using the 550 per module in Spain. And this is a first installation roof, residential roof I got from my customer. It used 550, and this is a Greece rooftop, a typical one, because it with solar thermal. Okay, so this is a very simple presentation I made about our company, and so for the next, I will talking about the strategy in Greece, because when I'm visiting customers, people always ask, "What's your strategy in Greece? What do you want to do? What Sunova want to do in Greece market?" It's actually very simple. What we want to do, we just want to get as much as we can get the sales, right? We want to get the projects. We want to get as much as the installation we can. But the how to get this, and how we can achieve it, what we can provide is like we can provide the strong marketing and support, strong technical support from the Europe, and after sales support, and like the quick replacement for the broken pieces. And so I think it's I will leave it to Alex. So basically this is what I'm going to talk today. So, thank you.
Maybe you can explain to the audience how they can approach with our partners to.
Yes, and yeah. Sorry, I forgot. For now, we already find some collaboration partners with Clockwork and Olympic, and they are. Yes, and Elmeco, Mr. Fice company, and they are distribute our panels in the Greece market. Also, we have provide the warehouse for them, so you can get it from within like 1 week. If we have the module type you need in Greece, and also the whole Europe inventory is open to Greece market. So I make a list and share with my distribute partners. They can update with all the customers who are interested in. So for the following, maybe if you have some inquiry or opportunity, you can find the Clockwork and Olympic and Airmic. Yes. So, Alex, thank you.
You have translated?
No, only the
Only the beginning.
is technique captation? Huh?
Κατάρτιση.
Cathartis.
Okay.
So thank you everyone for coming, for your time. I'm the technical support manager for Greece. I will support you in case of you have any question, you need any support from Sunova. During your project design, and also with after sales, if you have any problem, also during the delivery will be with my colleague Gabina, and after installation we will also help you and follow your projects during also the operation and maintenance of your projects. So today I have some points that I want to share with you. Some of them are more sales, in the sales side, and some of others are pure technique. I will try to be fast here because I know some of you are very expert with modules. Some of you maybe you are more new in this industry, but just it's important that you know there are components several components in the module. I would say the PV module is quite easy. You have here all the components, but it's important to know why when you have two data sets different from different manufacturers or different models to understand what you are buying or installing. So important part, of course, is the cell. The cell is you know, previously we have polycrystalline. Now the mainstream industry is monocrystalline. So it's very important we use these cells, these silicon cells, to produce electricity. But these cells are very not stable or fragile if they are in front of exposed to the weather, the outside condition. So what we do is we use an encapsulant. It's like a thermoplastic EVA to put it like a sandwich in the middle to protect them. We will heat it up during our production process you saw in the video. We heat it up and then we make an encapsulant. That means that our cells will like inside a sandwich protected by this thermoplastic. Once this is cooling down, it will get hard and very stable also against impact or against ultraviolet or humidity. Then, depending on kind of the module you are choosing, single glass, double glass, you will have glass in the front, always glass in the front to protect it against the hailstorm, the water, the humidity, ultraviolet. You will have some modules that they have either in the back seat, in the back side, you can choose single glass or also back sheet in plastic. Why we choose one model or another model? It depends on the application, and also it depends on your budget. I can roughly say that double glass is always better options, like deluxe, I would say. Even if sometimes we cannot harvest the energy from the rear in double glass is a better module, always. But it's also more weight, not sometimes easy to handle, but it's normally they are more robust than single glass. But as I told you, it depends on the application you need. Normally for rooftop, we normally install single glass for residential. I will go for the next one. Oh, wait. Then we have of course I forgot, junction box is very important. We have the three junction box. We have the diode. The diode is a component, a semiconductor, that is collecting the electricity from the cells, and then through this junction box, we will collect the positive and negative that is going to your inverter. And then we have the frame, also important to give stability to the module and also the mechanical strength. Okay, the remote is, maybe for you it's not important this part, but just to tell you that you will hear from the different manufacturers, we have multi-bus bar. Now, in all the manufacturers, we are using this technology. I will explain you later. Just to know that the bus bar are these little strips, these little cables inside over the cells. And these cables allow us to collect the energy. Without these cables, with this ribbon, we call it, we cannot collect the energy. We also use the same material to interconnect the different cells together. Important to know that we use glass, especially for the solar industry. In Sunova, we use 3.2 millimeter glass for single glass panels in the front. And for the double glass, we use 2 millimeters glass, tempered glass in both sides. It's a kind of a standard in the industry, but you will find that there are other manufacturers, maybe cheaper, or I would not say brands, but you will find that for single glass, they are thinner glass, and it's not good. This is the standard is at least 3.2. So this glass is a special. It's a glass that is allowing to keep the light inside the module, not reflecting outside the light. So what we want is to have the maximum of the light that keeps inside the panel and not reflecting outside the panel. So it's a high conductivity for the light. It's a special glass. This is the plastic, the thermoplastic, the ethyl vinyl acetate that we use as an encapsulant. It's very good, this material, for keeping the cells to protect for high temperature, high humidity, ultraviolet. Also, it's sticking very good with the glass. That means that once we put the glass together with the EVA and we heat it up and then cool down, it will stick, I would say, forever. You cannot separate the glass from the EVA. They will stick very good. And then the backseat for the single glass panels, we use this backseat, also with different kind of materials. It depends on the model of the panel you take. We have special materials, PO, POT, PV, polyfluoroethylene, and this is very good also for to keep the 25 years warranty. So this backseat is making that our products they are against PID, against humidity, also against ultraviolet. Another important part of the module is the frame. Now the mainstream, most of the manufacturers we are using 30 millimeters for the small and medium size, and then for the longer size, like utility, bigger panels, more than, I would say, 600 watts, we are still using the 35 millimeter. You can compare in the past. We also had 40 millimeters frames. Why is that? We have tested during the years. We have tested that we are passing even higher standard than the norms says, even using the 30 millimeters frame. So the industry is going to this one because we are now requested in Europe to reduce the raw material use, also to reduce logistic emissions, and having thinner frames, we can keep the 5,400 Pascal, but we can have more panels in the pallet and more panels in the container. So we are saving CO2 for the emissions, for the carbon footprint. For example, it's a mandatory in France, this certificate, we have it. And that's why we are reducing cost. That's why also the industry is going so cheap, not only because of the cells, because of the improving of the using of the raw materials. Important for the installers, you have grounding holes. If you have to ground to connect if your mounting system is not coming already with a grounding system, you have always to cable the grounding hole with to the ground. Then the installation hole, if you are using a screw, you can also use clamps to fix the panel. And important is the drainage hole. Sunova, we always have 16 holes. Some other manufacturers, they go for 8, because we have noticed that some of the installation racks or mounting system, sometimes they don't keep these holes open. So we provide more holes to make the water going out and the humidity. So for us, we think that having 4 in each corner will give the possibility to use to avoid to close it. We have some customers not paying attention and they close these holes, and then you will maybe have problems with humidity. So important always to leave it open, this. Junction box, as I told you, this is very important because we are draining the electricity from the panels from the junction box. Now the mainstream is 1,500. All our panels are 1,500 volts. It depends on the model, but we will have different current diode. Well, the SEC technology. Why the panels are producing more energy? But we are improving not only the efficiency of the panels or the way we put it together, the cell, or interconnect the cells, or if we are using better glass to improve the efficiency, we are using bigger and bigger cells in the future. And the future is to go for the G12, but the G12 is the 210 cells. They have advantages and disadvantages. We have both products in our portfolio. We call it in the industry M10. The M10, this is the dimension, 182 millimeter cell. This one is the mainstream. It's the most, I would say, the top seller now in the market. But you will also find some products in 210 millimeters, and they are used for medium and bigger sizes, especially for utility or for commercial and industrial. I will show you later how we implement these two different cells in our products. If you have any question, you can stop at any time. I will go deep to your question. Okay, we have two technologies in Sunova today. We will develop in the future. I will explain you maybe our development, but today our official portfolio is what we can offer you here in Greece is PERC and TOPCon. So PERC, I would say, is the most famous now in the market. The top seller, maybe the most cost-effective product, because you can have a very good power with a good price. Why we call it PERC? PERC is the same that if we say it's based on a P-type cell. The P-type cell is a solar cell that we have a dopant. We use some chemistry. We use a P-dopant. That means that our product has a lot of positive. It's a positive component. It's doped positively, and that's why we call it P-type, positive type. And PERC is a P-type cell, positive dope. We have add a rear contact passivate emitter. That's why it's called PERC. This is maybe too technical. Just can you understand what is P-type, because you will find in the datasets what is P-type. And PERC is like a 2.0 P-type, like a more advanced, because we have also added this special passivation layer that allow us to collect better the energy. Then we have second technology, TOPCon. Today, I would say it is now starting to enter in the market. I don't know how is famous this in Greece, but in some Nordic countries and also in Spain now, we have our first sales in this technology. We have also stock in Europe for this technology, and we were expecting to have a very fashion product, or like everyone demanding this next year. But we have seen that already since September, most of our utility, EPC, medium-sized project, they prefer already TOPCon because of the prices also decreasing, and there are many advantages, especially when maybe not for the rooftop. For this kind of customer, maybe they will not care. They will care more about price, more than about the top performance. But TOPCon has advantages. So TOPCon, what is the meaning of TOPCon? TOPCon, now we talk about N-type cells. What is the difference? P-type was positive doped, and N-type is negative dope. What is negative dope? You put an extra chemistry to give more electron, more negative. That means we have more electrons than holes in our cell. So when the sun goes to the cell, this electron cannot combine with the holes, and this electron has to go out from the, has to escape from the cell. So that's why this extra negative N-type doped, we can collect it with the tunnel oxide passivation contact. This is an extra layer that we have in the cells. So this is just to explain you that we are always talking about silicon cells, but the way we doped and the layers we add is making new technologies and new efficiencies. So if you see here, I would say our development mapped, we had in the market first P-type, then we changed the dopant from positive to negative dopant, and then we said the negative dopant, we can add still a layer, as a new layer, and then we have TOPCon. So this is now, it's gonna be the mainstream in the next months. You also will find the HGT, heterojunction modules in the market, Sunova. We don't have it for the moment. I can explain you why. Most of the providers, if you are already using other panels from PERC, this manufacturer, they will be able to produce TOPCon in the future, as Sunova we do. Why? Because it's the same production line. What we are doing is changing the technology of the cell, but we are using the same production line. What happened with heterojunction? Heterojunction, you have to do a big investment for new production lines, and that means that today these products will be not cheap, will be not competitive as the PERC and TOPCon are now. The HGT is good product because it has advantages, but it will be good product when the production line are paid and famous enough to go farther than TOPCon. So today, we are talking about today, for you, for Greece, I think today PERC is the most convenient. And TOPCon, well, you can try because I will show you the advantages, and maybe you will try in one project and you will like it, and in the next month, Gavina can also offer attractive offers. And then we'll see. This is a sales topic. As an engineer, I will always choose TOPCon. So I have explained you the both technology from the cells, TOPCon and PERC, but we are not only our new products, not only using this kind of cell, we are also using a different technology like the multi-boost bar. What is multi-boost bar? If you take all panels, you will see that in the middle of the cell, they only have 2 lines or 5 lines, 5 cables. This is the multi-boost bar. What I explained you is the ribbon. Now we don't use these big lines. We use very thin ribbon, not anymore flat. We use very thin round ribbon. Why? Because if you see the difference from the flat one, using only 5 multi-boost bar, if we broken the cell here, or if we have, I don't know, maybe a bird come here and make, you know, the position here, or maybe it's, you have some shadow in this part, the rest of the cell will be not affected. So more multi-boost bar you have, if you have a micro crack or one impact here, it will be not affected to the rest of the cell. You are still producing and collecting from all this part of the cell. That's why multi-boost bar can improve efficiency of the cell and also power, because we are giving the electricity more path to escape from the cell. If you see here the path to go out the electron from the cell is shorter. So we have better current collection, we have improvement in the power, in the efficiency, and also in the working temperature. You see the cell here, the distribution of the heat is more homogeneous, and we are avoiding the hot spots because we have a homogeneous distribution of the electrons. Another important point from another technology we are using in our panels is the half cut. So if you take the previous panels, they had the full cell, Now we cut it in 2 parts. Some providers, other manufacturers, even they are cutting in 3 because they are using the big ones, the 210, and it's so powerful that it's making problems to have so much current. They have to cut it in 3. In Sunova, for the moment, in our portfolio, 2023, all our products are cut in 2, half cut. It has advantages. We don't only have 3. Our models are not divided in 3 parts. Our models are divided in 6 zones. What does it mean? The same. If we have here a shadow, it will not affect the part 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, only part 5, 4. If you broken the panel here, you are still have producing 5 zones. In the previous technology, full cell technology, if you have a problem in this diode or in this part, these 2 parts, you are losing also the other half. So now we have more production areas, and we are reducing the working temperature. If you see, if we compare to the modules, full cell, half cell, we are reducing the working temperature in around 2 degrees, more or less, working temperature, medium working temperature. The hot points are reduced by 10, 20 degrees, hot points, hot spots, sorry. So how are we cutting these cells? These cells we are cutting with a new laser, with a cooling system. The previous laser to cut the cell, this is if you take the microscope, these cells were not smooth and they could cut your hand. I would say it was like not like a cut with a knife. And then this laser was not so smooth and can produce micro cracks during the mounting process of the panel. With the new laser, when we cut the cell, we get so smooth cells, the cutting part of the cell is so smooth that we are reducing the risk of the micro cracks. So if we take PERC technology, the cells, and multi-bus bar, we cut the cells in 2. We use very thin ribbons to avoid the shadowing in the cells and to collect better the energy. We have our SOSMA family. Our SOSMA family, we use this name. Maybe you have received previously from Sunova other names from our products. Since Intersolar in Germany, we decided to go for a registered name official for Sunova. So now the PERC family is called SOSMA. It will not change because now it's registered for us. And we have 3 different sizes of the PERC modules. The different families, small, medium, large, depend on what you need for your projects. I think for your market here, you will be interested in the 410, 460, because these are the panels that you can use in the rooftop for the residential application. And then you can do some commercial or industrial rooftops, even with the 500, 550, even utility. A small utility, you can do it with 550. Our products all of them are 15 years warranty for the product itself. And then we have 25 years linear warranty for the single glass. And then we have better guarantee, 30 years for the double glass. As I told you, having 2 glass in between the cells is providing some advantages to keep the long lasting of the cell. That's why even the degradation of the cell in bifacial, in double glass, is less. We have less degradation. That's why we are giving more warranty. Also, I think this is also a sales topic you can discuss with Gavina. We have insurances. That means that don't worry about if Sunova is, because some of our customers are worried about Chinese manufacturer. We have insurance companies that believe in our healthy status of our company, and we are certified by them. And if something happens, they will always give these numbers, these warranties, and we have certificates to give it to you when you have your projects to guarantee this either by Sunova, either by the insurance company. Also, we have all the certificates needed for the PERC family. Now I will show you some of the examples you have available already for the Greece market. You have our SOSMA 410 and our SOSMA 460. This here is just the range output, because we can use different efficiency cells. It depends on the supply chain. And I can tell you that these panels, every 3 months around, is increasing the power. So, but we have to keep the data sheet with the full range, because maybe you are calculating your project with 410, and then in 3 months we have better cells with better efficiency, and we are coming with 415. It's not big difference, but maybe your calculations change. Just to know that why all the manufacturers, we always leave the range, because we can produce in this full range these modules. So, our SOSMA S, small, for rooftop, for residential. Now we use the 30 millimeter. Previously we were using 35, so we have now certified our products with TUV with 30 millimeters. The reasons, as I told you, is we want to save in our logistic, have more competitive panels, to reduce the use of raw material, and also reduce our footprint reduction. I know maybe your market is not so sensitive with emissions, I don't know, but I can tell you, if in France or Germany, if you don't reduce this footprint, you are out of the market. And European Union will, I don't know when, but they will standardize this. And we already have the certificate, because it's mandatory in some markets in Europe. This module is also small and very light. As you see, you have less than 2 square meters, or around 20 kilo to handle for the installation. We use PERC cells with 10 PERC glass, 3.2 millimeters. The multi-busbar technology with the half-cut technology. We also have available this version in double glass. That means that you can produce also energy from the rear side. Important, if you want to produce something from the rear side, you have to calculate with albedo. You have also to separate the module from your mounting surface. The higher you mount the module, the higher, I would say, you can improve the power harvest. So we can go up to 30% of the energy. So in the data sheet, we give you an example using an albedo of around 13%. How much energy you can get more if you use bifacial module. This, all our modules are certified 5,400 Pascal for snow and 2,400 for wine. So, as I told you, PERC is very mature technology. It's well known in the market, and now we have a very cost-effective product and very interesting for your market, these models. We also can produce it in black frame and full black. If you want more information about this, it's interesting maybe for architecture, or maybe if you have some customer with is requesting to keep the color of the roof, but maybe they are interested in full black or black frame. Then we can go for the next family. For the next step is still PERC, but then we have medium size, 550 and by 550 bifacial. Here I wanted to show you both of them, even if it's the same power, just to you see the difference when you have only one glass, two glasses. The dimensions are the same. In our references, we differentiate bifacial from single glass with a B glass, double glass. Just you understand our references. And also the advantages for SOSMA PERC medium size is, like as I tell you, we have reduced to 30 millimeters our frames. We also have the multi-busbar, half cut, and we also have the same strength for snow and wine. And we can also produce it in black frame and full black. You can say, well, it seems stupid to have this in full black. I can tell you we have a lot of special projects where, like airports or Formula One places, or as a special, like also some rooftops, they want to have full black, even in 550. Maybe for your market, I don't know, but I give you all the options Sunova as manufacturer we can do. Okay, now we move to the TOPCon. TOPCon family. As I told you, TOPCon is the newest technology. It's more efficient. We also have a small, medium, large panels. We also use the G12 for the largest one. As far as I know, you don't have so many requests in this size, so I will concentrate more in the medium and small one. And also for the TOPCon, we are using a special cells in a special size 186 that is making very, very powerful panel with a less than 2 square meters with 445 watts. But maybe this is for a special project where you want to have very small panel with some additional power. If we compare, for example, this one with, or this one 430 with the same dimension in PERC is 410, and TOPCon is 430 or 444 in the same dimension. So then you see already you are gaining 20 watts per panel. So the advantages of TOPCon, of our 430 watts panel, he is also as the TOPCon PERC technology. In TOPCon we have the same weight, the same dimension, but we have some advantages with TOPCon. We have better irradiance, low irradiance performance. That means that TOPCon is producing more electricity at the beginning of the day with the sun is rising, and also at the end of the day. I will explain you this later also. We also use the multi-bus bar. For TOPCon, we have 16 multi-bus bar. For PERC, we have 10. So even here, we have more and more strips and to collect the energy. That makes more efficient the module. We can extend also our guarantee because TOPCon is the degradation is less than PERC. We can extend 30 years guarantee for single and for double glass. So PERC, single glass panel, 25 years linear guarantee. Here we have 30 for both single and double. And also with high temperature, this is important for the southern countries like Spain or Greece. When it's too hot with the TOPCon, we have less losses producing energy. We also have the same strong module like as the PERC technology. Bifaciality is also higher when using TOPCon. And also we can provide black frame, full black versions for the TOPCon family and the high density version powers, high power versions if you have this requirement. Also, we have availability for TOPCon 575 in monofacial and bifacial. We can, for a special request, we can already go up to 580, but the standard this month is 575. In the next month, we will go for 580 in the same module. So now, as a summary of the full portfolio, I will give you this presentation later to him, and they will distribute you. So you can check every time you have a question, you can check in the presentation. Our SOSMA means PERC technology, Tangra means TOPCon technology, Pro means bifacial, HD means high density modules using the special new cells with 186. As I told you, the standard in the industry is 182. So this is special, just for special projects where you want same measure, little panel with some additional watts. We will use this extra size cell. Alpine, this is special we have developed with, we have big success in the Austrian and Swiss market using the Alpine. What is the Alpine? The Alpine is a very robust module, especially for rooftop. we have it in 410 and 460, and we have up to 8,000 Pascal. It's really, really strong. And we use it in installation like at 2,000 height in the mountains. It's special for this height and for this kind of rooftop. We also have black frame. This is nothing different from the silver frame, just we use black frame, but maybe sometimes can be interesting for you. And also we have full black. Attention, full black are nice for architecture. We are losing efficiency because we are using black components that are not reflecting the light. They are working as a collector of the light. So if the black components are collecting the electricity, the electron from the light, we are not getting this profit from in the cells. So that's why you are losing around 5 watts comparing black modules, full black modules compared with standard modules. We have, for all the portfolio I saw you, we have full certificates. So our modules are certified for the minimum standard in Europe to serve modules are these two, PV module safety, and also design qualification and type approval. We have it from TUV. These two is the minimum in Europe, but then some specific projects or some areas or regions where you are installing your panels, they will ask you for a special request, like they have to be resistant for the salt spray if you are in the sea areas or near the sea, also for PID, or if you are in the desert or with a lot of sand, or if you are not cleaning a lot of the panels, what is happening. But we are also certified also for ammonia, for if you have an environment like swimming pool or chlorine or any other chemical. We also have certification for fire, Italy. Why I want to show you this? I want to show you that some countries, they are already one step forward from other countries. Italy, if you don't certify your panels anti-fire, you cannot sell it. And this certification is only for rooftop application. We don't certify the large ones, only medium and small one. And we have it for Italy. We also have the carbon footprint for France because it's mandatory to use it for projects. We have to present how much we are emitting with our raw materials, transportation, our supply chain. All of this is certified by a third-party company from France. And also we have certificates for UK, all our certificates for United States and Canada. Also we have it because we have our brand Sunova, Nova. So we are certifying both brands with UL certificates. And also, this is less important maybe for you, for a special one for Mexico, Colombia, Japan. Also we have for some Asia, other countries like India. We are certifying our modules because we are starting to do projects in India. So we are not making special modules for UK or for Italy. We have the same product that is passing all the certificate I show you. They are available, and we can send it to you if you request this certificate. I want to show you the datasets because you will get datasets from all the manufacturers. I can tell you we follow 90% the same structure. Most of us, we have to provide the same information, power range. That it doesn't mean that means that we can produce today our panel in this full range. And we have to keep it here because, as I will show you in the second, we have to keep the electrical parameter of all the steps of the power. So we always saw steps in 5, but 5 more. Why is this? The cell industry is developing so fast. As I told you, every 3 months, we increase one step further, 5 watts, 5 watts, 5 watts. We have to keep always updated. That's why if you go to our website, you will have a dataset from March. It's not the same from the dataset of August. But the only change is this specification that we are always keeping 4 or 5 steps that you can always keep. the references. But all this is not changing. I mean, if we are using this kind of glass, we will use the same in the whole family. We are also what kind of connector, the length of the connector, the efficiency, as you see. As far as we increase the power, we are increasing the efficiency of the module. And also, I will go back to the first page of the datasheet. That's why we have a range of powers. You will also have a real photo of the module. So each time you can see how big is the module, how it looks like. You will also have always the advantages of the module. For example, this SOSMA is bifacial Pro. We explain here why it's an advantage to be bifacial. Also, have a low power temperature coefficient. We are doing 3 flash tests. Some other manufacturers are still doing two flash tests. Electroluminescence test. If you don't know what is an electroluminescence test, it's like each step of our production line, we will connect our modules to an energy source, and then we will see if our modules have a micro crack. Why we have to test it 3 times? We test it after cutting, we test it after soldering all the cells together, and we test it at the end when we have the final panel. So we can check if during our manufacturing we are self-creating because of our production any crack. So we compare the 3 of them, and we always can keep saying, okay, our production line is not making micro cracks. If the micro crack is there, it's because it's coming from the beginning of the production chain. Or another important thing, we are keeping a copy of the electroluminescence test for each panel, a serial number. That means that if you have a problem in the future during your installation, we can prove that this panel will go out from the factory with 100% quality. So we can prove with this if the problem is coming from logistics. That's most of the time. Sometimes it's difficult to say if where was the micro crack or the broken is done. Sometimes during installation, and that's the important part for you to know how to install right the panels and what is the important things that you have to take into account during the installation. You will also find important information about warranty, degradation, warranty certificates. All the certificates I explained you are written here. Okay. I also want to say that Sunova's manufacturer, we can do custom product. We can change the module size. We can do bigger frame. If you have a specific project, you don't want 30 millimeters, you want 40, 45, 50. You want to change the type of glass. For example, for airports, we have anti-glare glass. These special projects, we are able to do it, and we have already done it. We have certificates for the anti-glare glass, so we are used to do this kind of a special request. Also, we can do a special cable length. Normally, we use 300 or 1,200, but we can do longer, or a special one, 600, 900. You have always to ask Gavina, because together with your quotation, you can have either standard products from our stock standards, or you can ask for new production that are coming maybe in 2-3 months. I don't know. It's from Gavina, who is giving you delivery time. But you can say, Gavina, I want special one with 900, and then she will take into account in the production just for this project. So important to know when you compare different data sheets from different products. Also, you have the mechanical strength. As I told you, this is the main. Most of the providers are providing this. A few of them, they are providing less. And then if you are, some products are higher than this, it's special products for like alpine products, that for high mountains. But the standard, most of the manufacturers will use this. And this is over the norm, normally. The temperature coefficient is important because this is, as I told you, the solar panels reduce the power production in hot days. So the more little is this value, you have less losses when it is hot outside. So this is an important value also when you decide to go for one panel or other panel. Why I told you that as engineer I will choose always TOPCon? Of course, as engineer, if the customer pay the money, I will choose the best, and the best is TOPCon today. TOPCon, you have always 30 years degree linear. That means that after 30 years, we guarantee you have minimum at least 87.4% of power output after 30 years, because the degradation is only 0.40. For PERC, you have 0.555 or 0.45, depending on if you have single or double glass. But TOPCon is so stable that even single glass has low degradation. So also we can increase, we have an increase of the power around 2%. That's why panels in 410 in PERC, you can have 430 in TOPCon, in the same size of the panel. And I forgot to say, the degradation the first year, TOPCon is only 1%, PERC is 2%. That means you put your panel in the roof, after 1 year, with PERC, you are losing 2% of the output. With TOPCon, you are only losing 1%. Advantage also, as I told you, this parameter, the temperature coefficient for power, for hot days, you are losing less power percentage each degree. So that means that for 10 degrees, you increase the temperature, environment temperature, you are losing 3%. With P-type, with PERC, you are losing 3.5%. So here there is an improvement also with the heat. Also for bifacial modules, PERC, the P-type PERC, has a bifaciality 70%, M-type 85%. That means that the rear side of the cell from the TOPCon is more able to produce energy than the P-type technology. So here we have calculated an example using an albedo of 13%. We have, let me check here, from this panel we are gaining around 9%, 9.4%, and using the same panel, same sites, but the TOPCon technology, we have 11.88% power generation from the rear side. Maybe, as I told you, rooftop, 2%, who cares? Big utility, medium-sized projects, it can be maybe interesting. Especially if you have industrial or commercial rooftops that they can be painted in white, or they have sandstones, white stones, they can reflect, they can have some gains using the medium-sized modules with bifacial. Another advantage of TOPCon, we are producing electricity more efficiently from the beginning of the day until the end of the day. That means PERC will stop producing at this time. This is an example. It depends on in the region you install the panel, if you are more in north or south. But normally, we can do roughly a calculation that when PERC is stopping to produce at 18 o'clock, TOPCon will stop producing at 19 o'clock. And also in the morning, one more hour. And this is the comparison that how many output percentage we have depending on the irradiation. So if you see at low irradiation, 200 watts, that means at the beginning of the day, TOPCon is producing more energy. I wanted just to show you, if we put together the same module, same dimension, same weight, just using TOPCon technology, M-type or PERC technology, we are gaining 30 watts with the same dimension. Only if we choose TOPCon, we gain 30 per panel. We have very similar electrical parameter, not that big difference. We are when we are using the same number of panels and the same number of string in our inverter, we are gaining around 5% of power using one type of panel compared with the other. So now you have to do your numbers and check if this 5% is worth in your installation compared with the investment of using TopCon. As I told you, today maybe it's not worth it. You have to do your numbers. But maybe in 3 months it will be, because we are trying to promote very hard the production of TopCon. I will show you an utility project. We have done a test in China, in very close to our factory. We have taken an PERC 550. This is SOSMA. We can take it out, and we have replaced for the same dimension module with our Tangra 575. The result, we have reduced the BOS, the balance of the system, in 4%. That means we need less infrastructure, mounting system, less civil works. We are using, to produce still 2 megawatts, we are using 6% less of modules because we have more power in each module, so we have reduced the number of modules. That can mean also less maintenance, less installation times, less cabling, less structures to mount the panels. So you have an improve of the levelized cost of energy of 12%. We have reduced it, the cost. We have 5% less area need, so we need 5% less of the space for the modules. We need 6% less modules, but the area was 5% less. And the return of the investment has also been reduced to 1.2 years in this project using TopCon. Another example that I will send you this presentation. You can check the numbers yourself. But this is another project where we changed the utility 75 megawatts. We changed the 550 PERC for the new technology TopCon 560. As I told you, these are all panel 560. Now we can offer 575, 580. But even using only 20 watts more per panel, we have the end some savings, as you see. We are gaining only the first year, as we have less degradation, we have more power production the first year, because we have less degradation, more power, and also we have more hours producing the panels. As I explained you, they produce more energy at the end of the day and at the beginning of the day. So we have production time the first year, more hours than with the old technology. So at the end, we are producing 3.47% more energy than using the old technology PERC, or I would say, the current PERC technology. And also we have used 6,000 less panels. Then you can also do your numbers, and if we are saving 6,000 panels, we are saving money, installation money. You can check later this. We are saving some yuan, but you can translate into euro. In each unit, less breakers, less mounting installation, less panels, less installation time, less cabling. So at the end, if you do your numbers, maybe TopCon is interesting. As I told you, for rooftop, you will not see maybe the difference. But for medium size and big size, TopCon already is interesting. So this is on my presentation. I don't know if you want me to, you have questions, and I can go to any slide. We can solve your question now. Or if you want to know which panel I can give you advice which panel is the best for the projects you are now doing. I will also show you, in the meanwhile, our installation. This is also for datasets. Don't go to our website. As I explained yesterday to our colleagues, our technology and our development is faster than our marketing and our webmaster. So we have new data sheets from August and September. They will always provide you the last product adapted for Greece. So ask them, don't go to the website, because in the website you will find a lot of things that maybe is not interesting for your project, or maybe you will find electrical characteristic that is not the right one. So your partner is here in Greece, ask them, they will provide you the solution. And also for the installation guide and the manual, installation manual, you can ask them for the last version. We will have it in the next weeks also in our website. And just wanted to show you, I know that some of you are very expert with installation, but we are still having a lot of claims. Most of our claims are coming from logistic. So, you know, this machine to take the pallets, they go and they crash and they broke all the glass. Some of them, they are putting 3 or 4 pallets in a height. So for a long time, in outdoor, in bad weather condition. So after 1 month, everything is catastrophic. So in this manual, we explain how to handle the module, use 2 people in this way. Never put it in the helmet, never put it here, because you are producing possibly micro cracks, especially for the single glass. As I told you, it's better to keep it indoor than outdoor when you receive your pallets. Don't transport the single units, only one module like this, like moving inside your truck. Always keep it inside one full pallet if possible. As I told you, don't do like this, because you are for sure making micro cracks in the cells. This is a standard in the industry. This is not only Sunova. We are following all the same standards. Only use 2 heights of the pallets, very important. We explain how to open the package. We have to keep the panels in this way when we open the pallet. How to do the mounting if you are using a screw. We are also explaining you how much resistance you are getting depending on the mounting installation way you are using. These values you see here, you have to multiply for the safety factor, and then you will get the 5,200, 400, and the 2,000 here if you multiply for this factor. So depending on what kind of mounting and distance mounting you use, we are assuring you this Pascal, this mechanical strength. You can also use clamps to mount your panels. We really recommend to keep always the mounting system from the long side. This is the best.
For the N-type and the big panels, the new big panels, they says that you have to put in a 3 position.
You have seen this here?
No, after. No, before, after. Here. Not only don't cut it in the 2 position, but 3.
Some modules they recommend to use 3 mounting rails, 1 in the middle.
For the N-type, for the big panels. For the panels that it's more than 2 meters and 25 centimeters.
But the new mounting we have tested, and you can do just even 4 clamps for the big ones from the long sides. Maybe you have an older manual. No, I'm telling you. For the long sides, you can use always 4 holes or 4 clamps. All our modules, small and big.
This is 35 millimeter or 30, the frame?
It depends. For example, powers around 600 and more, we still have 35 millimeters. We cannot, for the moment, we we don't have certified the products to reduce the frame there. It's too long to reduce the frame. But for the 550, we have 30 millimeters, and we have tested, and we have the certificate, this from TUV. We can mount it like this, in only 4 clamps or 4. And most of our 550 panels are mounted like this, and the large one also. You can use rails. Rails is always better because you have the whole panel fixed with the rails. What kind of the mounting system you are using normally for? But you have rails, or you have just 4 points?
Clamps.
The clamps. Okay. But I will show you maybe some examples later with mounting. This is also using a tracker. This is the grounding holes. And also wanted to show you that we have also now in the new manual, because at the beginning we were not so pro, I would say. We didn't want to recommend to install it like this, but now it's very common that a lot of mounting system, they use the short side clamping. And then you have also here in the new manual, we have the certified, the different mechanical strength depending on where you clamp the panel from the short side. If you clamp it in the corner, or in which distance you can clamp the panel. Of course, you can lose some mechanical strength depending where you clamp. So that's why we recommend it always to keep to clamp in the long side of the panel. Drawing 2, we are clamping here, 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 and here. But this is only for clamping. This is your question?
No. My question is for like the drawing to like the drawing. The B, how long is it?
The A.
Yes, your example.
This one you mean?
No. All the
B?
The
The
length.
length, it depends on the module. It can be, it depends on the module. You have different length. Can be 1,700, 1,900, 2,100. So now, if you clamp it, as I told you, you clamp it from the short side, you are losing some strength. But if you clamp from the long side, you can keep all the time the 5,400 if you use the official distances we are giving to you. These distances are between A and B, not in the corner. To keep the official 5,400 to 2,400.
Okay, this is the answer of my question.
Okay. But the distances are written here between A and B, depending on the panel, but you have different frames. This is using the official holes that you find in the panel, and then this is clamping. And clamping, you have between A and B, 250 millimeters from the corner up to 350, or if you clamp it between 350 or 450. So you see, even clamping from the long, you can keep the 5,400 if you keep these distances. And it depends on the module. For example, this 72 cells is the 550 module. We recommend it to clamp it between 450 and 550 from the corner to keep the. Recently, I will show you an example from Poland with maybe the same question from you. This customer was answering Sunova to give approval for this. Of course, we are not installer. I cannot tell in a photo like this if they have done good. But this is our 445 module, 60 cells. And then this is the measurement of the module with a 30 millimeter frame module. And he should use this mounting between 250 and 410. And he has not respect this in some of the modules, as I can measure aerial from the photo, but it's not it's just roughly because I'm not there myself in Poland to measure. And so I can tell you some of them are okay, but some of them are not. But of course, he told me, should I demount it and mount it again? It's okay, you don't have to demount it. They are not really in the corner, but some of them, they will lose some Pascal, mechanical strength. We cannot tell them your panels is complying with our mounting instruction. Then it's your decision. Should I move the clamps? Maybe he is not, I don't know how is this system, mounting system.
Let's proceed.
Yeah. No, for the moment, it's all from my side. I don't know if you want to talk about any other topics. You have questions?
Alex, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
You told us about fire certification.
Fire, yes. So, yeah.
Can you explain this fire certification?
Yeah, fire certification. Most of the country is not mandatory. Some customer, for some projects, they request it. When we certify our products in IEC or UL standards, our products are classified in brand type. What is the brand type? A, B, C. The brand type is how long take your panel to burn. It's faster or it takes a lot of time to burn. Just roughly to tell you, most of the producers are type C. Some models can be type A, type A. Type A means it's fire resistant. That means it takes long time to burn, but it will burn, of course. But it takes longer. And type A, for example, we have certified the type A for the small one for rooftop glass, because glass is difficult to burn. And
this is a reason that we already...
It's another advantage from glass is more resistant to fire. And in some places they say mandatory class A product for my rooftop application. Even you are not talking only houses, you are talking rooftop for an industry, maybe 500 kilowatts or 1 mega in a rooftop for a big industry. And they request class A because they request this. We have it in the glass module, some of them. Also for the 550, we have it. The glass. Single glass, you have plastic. It's difficult, it's physical. It's difficult to have a product that is not burning fast if it has plastic. So in our certificates, we saw if it is A, B, or C. Brand type.
So actually this fire certificate has for every module of Sunova or only for the glass?
So only a special module for rooftop. Then, I mean, all of our products are C in the certificates.
Yes.
But if you want a special A, we have certified the small one for rooftop, only one module, I think single glass 430, I have to check the certificate. And also we have certificate for 550. And the Italian ones, because it's Italian law. I don't know if you use this for your customer here, they will accept it. But for the Italian, we have the whole portfolio up to 580 watts. All the modules are certified for the Italy anti-fire. But still, it's not European norm, it's Italian norm. But can be maybe interesting for your customer to say our panels are also certified in Italy. So even if you use a double glass in a rooftop, has advantages in terms of degradation, guarantee, anti-fire, etc.
I just found the module that bifacial 410 we have the fire glass proof A.
Mm.
We made that.
Bifacial 410.
Yes.
So the small one is very typical for rooftop. If your project is requiring this one, we have the certificate.
Yes, and also N-type 410 we also have the
Mm.
certificate for class A fireproof.
Bifacial.
Bifacial.
To achieve the A, you need bifacial. You need glass. It's the only way to achieve it. But if not, the rest are class C, and inside the norms, the European norms for the fire. Any other question?
The TopCon is a panel that haven't anti-reflection.
Anti-flexion.
All our panels, you mean for the glass? Anti-reflective?
Like a panel.
All our panels use glass, tempered glass, in the front, and our tempered glass is it has an anti-reflection coating. It's like a layer to avoid the reflection. But anti-reflection is not. Anti-reflection is the same that you have in your glasses. That is avoiding the reflection of the light to outside. So we keep the light inside the panel. If you want anti-glare, it's not anti-reflection. Anti-glare is like the reflection is not making you problems in the eyes or for the airplanes. This is anti-glare.
I don't ask something like that. I'm just asking that the panel here in Greece, if the sun have a reflection with the white ground, it make the produce lower.
I don't get the question.
Okay, I don't say it very well.
No, repeat again, maybe.
No, not now. Not now. Maybe later.
Okay. No more questions? You want to continue?
Yes. Prepare.
But later on, if you have questions, we can discuss, and I can show you any kind of document you
Can
need.
you
Yes,
find it here? Okay.
this one. Which one you want?
Look. The first one. Okay. Put big.
Slideshow.
So, okay. Thank you. And I use this. Να σας καλησπερίσω και εγώ λοιπόν. Να σας καλησπερίσω. Και βασικά για να πιάνει το... Έχουμε ζωντανή μετάδοση. Κατάλαβες το, οκ. Κατάλαβες, πιστεύω ότι ακούγομαι καλά. Να σας ευχαριστήσουμε για την παρουσία σας και να συστηθούμε λίγο, γιατί νομίζω ότι ούτε όλα τα πάνελ είναι ίδια, όπως αρχίζετε σιγά σιγά να καταλαβαίνετε, ούτε όλοι οι inverter είναι ίδιοι, ούτε είναι μόνο θέματα τιμής, ας πούμε, το πώς θα αποφασίσει κάποιος να έχει τις συνεργασίες του, είναι και θέματα ποιος είναι πίσω από αυτή τη δουλειά και το τι μπορεί να αποκομίσει κάποιος ανώφελος. Οπότε να παρουσιαστούμε λιγάκι. Η εταιρεία μας είναι η Clockwork, βρισκόμαστε στη Θεσσαλονίκη, θα δείτε λίγα πράγματα για αυτή. Και είμαστε οι συνεισαγωγείς μαζί με τον κύριο Βάης, μαζί με την εταιρεία Elmec, των προϊόντων της Sunova. Η αλήθεια είναι ότι μας ενδιαφέρει πάρα πολύ να υπάρχει κάτι σταθερό στην ελληνική αγορά, γιατί μέχρι τώρα είχαμε μια εικόνα να πάρουμε πάνελ και να χρησιμοποιήσουμε πάνελ, ας πούμε, ό,τι υπάρχει, οπότε μας ευχαριστεί πάρα πολύ η πρόθεσή τους να δράσουν στην ελληνική αγορά με μια πολύ μεγάλη σταθερότητα. Και το ίδιο ισχύει και για την εταιρεία Solar Planet που θα σας δείξω λίγο παρακάτω. Εγώ λοιπόν λέγομαι Παπαγεωργίου Γιώργος, είμαι ένας μηχανολόγος μηχανικός. Κάποιοι μπορεί να με ξέρανε γιατί είμαστε λίγο δεινόσαυροι στον χώρο των φωτοβολταϊκών. Από εκεί έχουμε γνωριστεί και με τον κύριο Ζώη, γιατί ήμουν από το 2007 στη Σούκο, στα φωτοβολταϊκά. Είναι λίγο παράξενο για μας. Κάποια στιγμή συνεργαζόμασταν με Γερμανούς και τώρα έχουμε τη χαρά να συνεργαζόμαστε με Κινέζους οι οποίοι έχουν πάρει την κουλτούρα, την τεχνική των Γερμανών και πολλά πράγματα από εκεί και κινούνται με φοβερά γρήγορους ρυθμούς. Οι ποιότητες είναι αυτές πλέον αξεπέραστες, δηλαδή το ότι έχουν αλλάξει όλα αυτά τα πράγματα στη ροή του χρόνου. Λοιπόν, η εταιρεία Clockwork ξεκίνησε το 2009 στη Θεσσαλονίκη, βασικά σαν εγκαταστάτες φωτοβολταϊκών. Τα μέλη είναι μηχανικοί όλοι. Το 2013, όπως όλοι γνωρίζετε, που η αγορά σταμάτησε των φωτοβολταϊκών, είχαν γίνει τουλάχιστον 250 έργα, οπότε το 2013 έπρεπε κάτι να κάνει η Clockwork για να ζήσει, κάτι να κάνουν εκεί και οι συνάδελφοι μηχανικοί, οπότε ξεκίνησε η εμπορία ηλεκτρολογικού εξοπλισμού με τα προϊόντα της NOARC κυρίως, και αυτό σιγά σιγά βέβαια γίνανε και κάποιες εγκαταστάσεις στη συνέχεια των φωτοβολταϊκών, αλλά πλέον πήρε το βάθισμα του πυρός ως εμπορική εταιρεία, οπότε έχει γίνει και το κομμάτι αυτό το εμπορικό, το οποίο συνεχίζει και εξελίσσεται. Και έτσι λοιπόν ένας σταθμός πλέον είναι η χρονιά του 2022 που αποφασίσαμε να προχωρήσουμε στο εμπορικό κομμάτι δυναμικά, έχοντας το know-how σαν εγκαταστάτες και σαν μηχανικοί, οπότε οι κύριοι συνεργάτες μας, κάπου εδώ είναι το λέιζεράκι, όχι. Λοιπόν, οι κύριοι συνεργάτες μας είναι μια εταιρεία κατασκευής συστημάτων στήριξης, γαλβανιζέ, βέβαια, γιατί το αλουμίνιο πλέον είναι πολυτέλεια και στην ελληνική αγορά, που είναι στη Θεσσαλονίκη, η εταιρεία Xinar, με την εταιρεία Sunova, που έχουμε την αντιπροσωπεία, και την εταιρεία Soul Planet. Βέβαια, όλα αυτά γίνονται σε συνεργασία με την εταιρεία Elmec, του κ. Βάης, τον οποίο και ευχαριστούμε για τη σημερινή του παρουσία εδώ. Απλά σαν πιο νεαροί εμείς και πιο έχουμε αναλάβει την διανομή των προϊόντων. Οπότε πρακτικά η εταιρεία είναι αυτό το αρχή, είναι σε 3 διακριτούς ρόλους και 3 διακριτές λειτουργίες. Η μία είναι το κομμάτι της αδειοδότησης και της κατασκευής πάρκων. Το δεύτερο το κομμάτι το ξεχωριστό, το εμπορικό. Και θα έλεγα και ένα τρίτο κομμάτι που έχει πολύ ενδιαφέρον είναι ουσιαστικά το engineering. Δηλαδή έχουμε συνεργασία με διάφορα πανεπιστήμια, με διάφορους οργανισμούς στην ανάπτυξη καινούργιων τεχνολογιών. Και αυτό θεωρούμε ότι το ένα βοηθάει το άλλο. Δηλαδή δεν είμαστε απλοί έμποροι που βρήκαμε κάποια προϊόντα σε καλή τιμή. Ό,τι θα χρησιμοποιούνται στις εγκαταστάσεις μας είναι επιλεγμένο και αυτό λοιπόν το προωθούμε και στην αγορά. Έτσι λοιπόν, αν θα δούμε το κομμάτι με το κατασκευαστικό, έχουν γίνει πάνω από 450 έργα. Βέβαια, οι συνεργασίες όλα αυτά τα χρόνια ήταν με όλους τους γνωστούς προμηθευτές εξοπλισμού, εντάξει, και τη Fronius και τη Huawei και τη Goodway. Και φυσικά τώρα έχουμε και τη Soul Planet, την οποία έχουμε καταλήξει και έχουμε αποφασίσει να κάνουμε την διανομή της σε όλη την ελληνική αγορά. Το ίδιο ισχύει λοιπόν και στο κομμάτι εδώ με τη Sunova και τους στρατιωτικούς συνεργάτες μας. Φυσικά αυτό το πράγμα μας δίνει και μια ευκολία ότι μιλώντας την ίδια γλώσσα με τους εγκαταστάτες μπορούμε ως έναν βαθμό να υποστηρίζουμε και να βοηθούμε με τον καλύτερο τρόπο. Το κομμάτι βέβαια το εμπορικό που ήταν κυρίως με την εταιρεία NOARC, βέβαια χάρη στη συνεργασία μας και με την Elmec πλέον είμαστε και αντιπρόσωποι στη Βόρεια Ελλάδα για τα προϊόντα της Tsint και κάποιες άλλες εταιρείες. Αυτό βέβαια μας βοηθάει και στο κομμάτι, και ο Ζώης το ξέρει που έχει συμπεριλάβει και στο τιμοκατάλογό του, ότι μπορούμε να προμηθέσουμε και έτοιμους πίνακες για εφαρμογές φωτοβολταϊκών, δηλαδή τόσο προστασία ACDC στα έργα των στεγών, όσο και πέρα από τις δικές μας αντιπροσωπείες να προμηθεύσουμε και έτοιμους πίνακες μεταγωγής για τη Highway, για τη Fronius, από τις οποίες έχουμε πιστοποιημένα πλέον αυτά τα προϊόντα και είναι και λίγο και πιο οικονομικά από ότι είναι, να το πούμε, τα δικά τους, τα προτινόμενα, τα original. Συμμετοχή μας σε διάφορες εκθέσεις και την παρουσία μας στην ελληνική αγορά με κυρίως αυτά τα brand. Και εδώ θα ήθελα λίγο, γιατί όπως βλέπετε και οι εταιρείες με τις οποίες συνεργαζόμαστε, και η Sunova και η Soul Planet, όπως θα σας δείξω στη συνέχεια, κοιτάμε και στο μέλλον. Δηλαδή, όταν τώρα προσπαθούν με τις τεχνολογίες να μειώσουν, να βελτιώσουν το συν 1%, το συν 2%, δεν είναι πράγματα που πρέπει να τα προσπερνάμε. Και έχουμε κι εμείς λοιπόν μια συμμετοχή και σε προγράμματα ευρωπαϊκά, δηλαδή για παράδειγμα ένα πρόγραμμα εδώ με κάποιο ισπανικό πανεπιστήμιο και ελληνικά πανεπιστήμια, το Phoenix, όπου έχουμε κάνει το κτίριό μας, ας πούμε, ένα πρότυπο κτίριο, μετράμε, καταγράφουμε, δηλαδή αυτό που έρχεται θα υπάρχει σε εμάς. Δηλαδή, ό,τι έχει να κάνει με smart energy, ό,τι έχει να κάνει με εφαρμογές, θεωρούμε ότι όταν θα είναι εμπορικά όριμο, θα είμαστε σε θέση και αυτό να το προμηθεύσουμε και να έτσι έχουμε τους πελάτες μας ευχαριστημένους και συνέχεια μέσα στις εξελίξεις της ενέργειας. Δηλαδή, είναι μόνο το κομμάτι του φωτοβολταϊκού και κάποια από τις μετρήσεις. Αυτά όσον αφορά την εταιρεία. Και να προχωράσουμε σε αυτό που, εντάξει, βέβαια, είναι ο Ζώης ευχάριστη έκπληξη. Εγώ θα φανταζόμουν κάτι αντίστοιχο, όχι σε δίμετρο, σε άλλο πράγμα, ευχάριστη έκπληξη. Δεν ξέρω εγώ αν σας απογοητεύω λόγω του μη δίμετρου και του άλλου φίλου. Λοιπόν, και να δούμε λίγο την παρουσίαση. Αλεξάνδρο, μπορείς να με βοηθήσεις στον υπολογιστή σου λίγο για να πάμε. Could you help me to go to the next presentation?
Let's go.
Okay, the next one.
So, which one? This one.
Soul Planet, yes. Not the PowerPoint. Okay. Soul Planet, λοιπόν. Όταν πρώτο είδα την εταιρεία, βέβαια δεν το έχουμε σχολιάσει, δεν το έχουμε επισημοποιήσει, αλλά κάτι μου θύμισε. Δεν ξέρω από τους πολλούς αν θυμάστε το σηματάκι της SMA. Okay. Πού ήτανε. Λίγο αποδομημένο και λίγο σαν καραβάκι κινέζικο. Μπορεί και να είναι, μπορεί και να μην είναι. Πάντως, η Soul Planet είναι η εταιρεία η οποία ουσιαστικά προϋπήρχε από το 2007 ως SMA Κίνας. Είναι η εταιρεία την οποία αντιπροσωπεύουμε μαζί με την εταιρεία Elmec. Στον χώρο των, και εδώ φαίνεται καλύτερα και τα χρώματα, είναι και ανάποδα, το κόκκινο μπλε και το μπλε κόκκινο. Στο κομμάτι των inverter. Και θεωρούμε ότι ήρθε για να μείνει. Δηλαδή, είμαστε ιδιαίτερα χαρούμενοι γιατί, ξεκινήσαμε μια εμπορική συνεργασία, είχαμε κάποια πολύ καλά στοιχεία τεχνικά, αλλά καθώς προχωράμε στα προϊόντα, διαπιστώνουμε ότι αυτά τα τεχνικά στοιχεία είναι μόνο με ευχάριστες εκπλήξεις. Και θα έχω λίγο τη δυνατότητα να σας δώσω κυρίως με εμπορική χρειά βέβαια και όχι τεχνική. Θα οργανωθούν στο μέλλον τεχνικά σεμινάρια τόσο στη Θεσσαλονίκη που έχουμε ετοιμάσει ένα showroom, όχι απλό showroom, που είναι συνδεδεμένη inverter, άρα μπορούμε εκεί να ερχόμαστε, να συνδέουμε, να αποσυνδέουμε, να χρησιμοποιούμε τα application, έτσι ώστε να εκπαιδεύονται οι συνεργάτες. Φαντάζομαι κάτι αντίστοιχο και μαζί με τον κύριο Σιδηροκαστρίτη, αν έχουμε τοποθετημένους, θα μπορεί να γίνει και στην Αθήνα και έχουμε μέλλον, έχουμε δρόμο. Okay. Λοιπόν, οπότε, να δούμε λίγο πράγματα για τη Soul Planet, η οποία πέρα το ότι είχε, γιατί πίσω από την εταιρεία είναι οι άνθρωποι, πέρα από τους ανθρώπους που είχε από την SMA, γιατί ουσιαστικά ήταν το τμήμα, ήταν η εταιρεία της SMA και παράγει ακόμα προϊόντα της SMA και OM για την εταιρεία Kako. Έχει πάρα πολλά στελέχη από εταιρείες όπως είναι η Siemens, όπως είναι η Highway και άλλες δηλαδή εταιρείες που είναι γνωστές στο χώρο. Και ενδεικτικά τώρα κάποια αριθμοί, μιλάμε για σε κομμάτια inverter ετήσια παραγωγή μπορεί να φτάσει το 1 εκατομμύριο, σε δυνατότητα παραγωγής 100 GW. Εμένα μου έκανε εντύπωση για αυτό το νούμερο. Μιλάμε για 2.000 μηχανικούς οι οποίοι είναι στο τμήμα έρευνας και ανάπτυξης. Συγγνώμη, 2.200. Δεν είναι η BMW, ακόμα. 200 μηχανικοί. Και βέβαια κάποια άλλα στοιχεία, όπως για παράδειγμα το ότι έχει πάρει βραβείο σχεδιασμού για τον inverter από τη στιγμή που οι inverter μπαίνουν στα σπίτια μας. Αρχίζουν και τέτοια στοιχεία να έχουν πολύ μεγάλη πλέον σημασία στην αγορά. Τα εργοστάσια βρίσκονται, τα κεντρικά βρίσκονται στη Σαγκάη. Maybe you have to help me to read these words. Okay, this. Xi'an and okay.
Our factory located in Wuxi, which is like 50 kilometers away from Suzhou and 100 kilometers away from Shanghai.
Okay.
So we are in the same circle.
Okay, the same circle, and all the companies that deals with photovoltaics are one next to the other. Με σημεία πώλησης, όπως βλέπετε, έχουμε τοποθετηθεί ήδη και η Ελλάδα και μάλιστα στη Θεσσαλονίκη. Okay, ωραία, σωστά το έβαλαν σαν distribution. Το κομμάτι αυτό που είπαμε ότι ξεκινώντας από το 2007, στην Ελλάδα το 2013 σταματήσαμε, αλλά δεν σημαίνει ότι σε όλο τον κόσμο ίσχυε το ίδιο. Η ανάπτυξη υπήρχε και στην εταιρεία της All Planet, η οποία επενδύει πάρα πολύ στην καινοτομία. Στο timeline εδώ επίσης, ίσως κάποιοι πάλι να θυμηθούν και να δουν κάποιους inverter κεντρικούς της SMA και το καθεξής. Από εδώ και πέρα λοιπόν πλέον έχει το δικό της το brand, έχει τα δικά της προϊόντα και προχωράει δυναμικά σε όλη την παγκόσμια αγορά. Αυτό το που είπαμε πάρα πολύ στην έρευνα και στην ανάπτυξη έχουν επενδύσει και φαίνεται στα προϊόντα τους. Φυσικά τα εργαστήρια είναι διαπιστευμένα, τα ίδια, άρα την πιστοποίηση και όλα ότι για να ανταποκριθεί, γιατί ουσιαστικά τώρα όλες οι εταιρείες πλέον απευθύνονται στην παγκόσμια αγορά και ειδικά στην υψηλών προδιαγραφών και απαιτήσεων αγορά της Ευρώπης. Έτσι λοιπόν, τα εργοστάσια αυτά είναι προσαρμοσμένα πλήρως στο κομμάτι αυτό και έχουν και πιστοποιημένα εργαστήρια. Ως εκ τούτου συνεργάζονται με όλους τους ηγέτες της αγοράς, όπως είναι φυσικά ακόμα υπάρχει συνεργασία με την SMA, με τη Siemens και με δυνατούς κατασκευαστές στην Κίνα, όπως είναι η Trina, Jinko, Yas Solar και κάποιοι άλλοι. Και σιγά σιγά κερδίζει την αναγνωρισιμότητα. Τώρα το εργοστάσιο είναι 10 GW και φυσικά και εδώ υπάρχουν πλάνα επέκτασης. Σχετικά τώρα με το σχεδιασμό και όλα αυτά, πιστεύω ότι θα μπορούσαμε να δούμε και στα τεχνικά τα σεμινάρια. Υπάρχει ένας τρελός Αυστραλός που έχει βγάλει μια παρουσίαση ότι μπορεί να το στήσεις σε λίγα λεπτά με κλειστά τα μάτια και κάτι τέτοιες παρουσιάσεις. Γενικώς έχει προσεχθεί και η ευκολία στην εγκατάσταση των inverter. Στο κομμάτι τώρα της αποθήκης, φυσικά και εδώ είναι προσανατολισμένο σε ευρωπαϊκά δεδομένα. Δηλαδή, για παράδειγμα, να σας πω τώρα τις προάλλες που συζητούσαμε με τον υπεύθυνο που μας βοηθάει και είναι από περιοχή για Φιλανδία, Πολωνία και κάποιες άλλες χώρες της Ευρώπης συμπεριλαμβανομένες και της Ελλάδος. Κάνα μια κουβέντα για το πρόβλημα που έχει προκύψει στη Θεσσαλία και ενημερωτικά μας είπε για παράδειγμα ότι έχουμε 2.000 εκατοστάριδες inverter διαθέσιμους αν χρειαστούμε για την καταστάση σε πάρκα που έχουν πληγεί. Άρα μιλάμε για αποθήκη και στο Ρότερνταμ με άμεσες ανταποκρίσεις και φυσικά σιγά σιγά και εμείς έχουμε εδώ την αποθήκη και το στόκ στα προϊόντα τα οποία βλέπουμε να κινούνται. Και κάτι πάρα πολύ που δίνει μεγάλη σημασία η εταιρεία είναι το service. Δηλαδή αν μπει κάποιος αυτή τη στιγμή στο site της εταιρείας και δει θέσεις εργασίας, αν ενδιαφέρεται κανένας βέβαια για το εξωτερικό, έχει πάρα πολλές θέσεις εργασίας σε τεχνικό κομμάτι, δηλαδή σε όλες τις χώρες. Και σε αυτό το πράγμα επενδύει, έτσι η ίδια η All Planet χρηματοδοτεί τα σημεία τεχνικής εξυπηρέτησης. Προσπαθούμε να το κερδίσουμε αυτό και από ό,τι φαίνεται το κερδίζουμε, ώστε να έχουμε και την τεχνική κάλυψη και το hotline για την Ελλάδα και την υποστήριξη λοιπόν σε ό,τι χρειαστεί ένας εγκαταστάτης. Βέβαια και αυτά θέλουν το χρόνο τους, το δρόμο τους. Δεν είμαστε αυτή τη στιγμή 10 χρόνια στην αγορά, δεν έχουμε φτάσει σε αυτό το σημείο και χάρη τώρα και στους συνεργάτες μας και στις δικές σας παρατηρήσεις θα γινόμαστε όλοι μαζί καλύτεροι. Τώρα, να δούμε λίγο μια προαιρετική παρουσίαση, που ουσιαστικά έχουμε μονοφασικούς inverter, τριφασικούς inverter, υβριδικούς, μπαταρίες αποθήκευσης και ρυθμιστές φόρτισης. Λοιπόν, ένα προϊόν 1 κιλοβάτ έως 2,5 κιλοβάτ μπορεί αυτή τη στιγμή να μας απασχολεί πάρα πολύ, αλλά από ό,τι φαίνεται υπάρχουν τάσεις και στην Ευρώπη και στη Γερμανία με νόμους, ας πούμε, για εφαρμογές σε μπαλκόνια, που σε λίγο να έχουμε πολύ μεγάλο ενδιαφέρον και σε αυτά τα προϊόντα. Δηλαδή, αν βγει ένας νόμος που θα επιτρέπει και θα ψάχνουν ενδεχομένως ο κόσμος να έχει εξοικονόμηση ενέργειας με όποιο τρόπο μπορεί. Εντάξει, υπάρχουν λοιπόν τα προϊόντα και σε λίγο θα τείνουμε να είμαστε micro-inverter, δηλαδή όταν έχεις 1 κιλοβάτ και τα πάνελ πλέον έχουν γίνει 700 βατ, σε λίγο θα πάμε σε αυτές τις καταστάσεις. Πάση περιπτώσει, μικρή inverter, 3 έως 6, μονοφασική. Επίσης, μια παρατήρηση εδώ, και ενώ εμείς ξεκινήσαμε και θεωρήσαμε ότι να έχουμε ένα στόκ κατά 80% υβριδικούς, τελικά φαίνεται ότι τουλάχιστον 50% των έργων που γίνονται δεν είναι υβριδικά, είναι απλές εγκαταστάσεις. Οπότε και αυτή η γκάμα έχει έτσι μεγάλη σημασία και αξία. Μονοφασική από 6 έως 10, ίσως εφαρμογές που στην Ελλάδα να μην τις χρειαστούμε μονοφασικό 10 κιλοβάτ, αλλά σαν γκάμα υπάρχει. Και πάμε λίγο στους τριφασικούς inverter, όπου υπάρχει από 3 κιλοβάτ έως 20 κιλοβάτ τριφασικός. 8 έως 2, τώρα κάποια εδώ και βελτιώνονται και τα πάνελ, βελτιώνονται και οι inverters ακολουθώντας τα πάνελ. Δηλαδή θα δείτε κάπου τη σειρά G2 ή τη σειρά G3, όπου για παράδειγμα επειδή αυξάνουν το ρεύμα των μεγαλύτερων πάνελ, ακολουθούν και οι inverter τις τεχνικές προδιαγραφές, έτσι ώστε να καλύπτουν τις απαιτήσεις των μεγαλύτερων πάνελ. Και τριφασικό συνεχίζει μέχρι 25 και 40 κιλοβάτ. Και αυτό που λέγαμε, δηλαδή για παράδειγμα εδώ, 40 έως 50 κιλοβάτ. Καινούργιο προϊόν που είναι 45 έως 60 κιλοβάτ. Και η μεγάλη inverter δυστυχώς εδώ σταματάει προς το παρόν την γκάμα, δηλαδή έχουμε μέχρι 110. Μέχρι τέλος του χρόνου θα υπάρχει και 325, άρα θα μπορούμε σιγά σιγά να έχουμε και πρόσβαση σε πάρκα και σε έργα πάρκων για όσους χρησιμοποιούν στα 800 βολτ, γιατί εδώ είναι 400. Και πάμε τώρα στους υβριδικούς inverter, όπου η γκάμα ξεκινάει από 3 έως 6 κιλοβάτ, υβριδικούς inverter. Δυστυχώς εδώ είχαμε 8 έως 12 και είχαμε ένα κενό λίγο στην αγορά, γιατί κάποιοι ζητούσαν ένα τριφασικό inverter 5 κιλοβάτ και αυτό σας λέω ότι μας εκπλήσει ευχάριστα ώρες-ώρες. Ήρθε και έχουμε πλέον και 5 κιλοβάτ τριφασικό υβριδικό inverter. Και κάτι που θα είναι, νομίζω, από τα best seller της ελληνικής αγοράς, είναι η καινούργη η σειρά TAF 3 των υβριδικών inverter, όπου πλέον θα έχουμε 3 MPP trackers. Άρα θα μπορούμε να καλύψουμε όλες τις ελληνικές δύσκολες στέγες που έχουμε 3 διαφορετικούς προσανατολισμούς. Όσοι ήταν παλιότερα θυμούνται κάποια best seller μοντέλα εταιριών, μόνο και μόνο για αυτόν το λόγο και για αυτό το πλεονέκτημα. Και να δούμε και το κομμάτι της μπαταρίας. Εδώ έχουμε λοιπόν δύο κατηγορίες. Έχουμε τις κατηγορίες της low voltage. Όπως βλέπετε είναι ήδη με το brand, δηλαδή δεν χρειάζεται κάποιος να αγχώνεται να ψάχνει πήρα αυτό τον inverter, να ταιριάξω μπαταρίες. Δηλαδή η Solar Planet έχει τη συνεργασία, αυτή τη στιγμή είναι με την Lithium Valley, μια εταιρεία στην Κίνα που κατασκευάζει μπαταρίες, αλλά από ό,τι βλέπουμε, επειδή και η εξέλιξη των μπαταριών είναι πάρα πολύ γρήγορη, ενδεχομένως να μεγαλώσει και η γκάμα κάποια στιγμή, να έχουμε περισσότερες επιλογές, αλλά σίγουρα είναι εγγυημένες οι επιλογές. Εδώ υπάρχει, επειδή έχουμε 5 και 10 κιλοβάτ, αυτή είναι 5 κιλοβατόρες και 10 κιλοβατόρες, είναι μονομπλοκ, μία. Δηλαδή όπως τη βλέπουμε έχει και το controller της πάνω. Και μετά πάμε στις high voltage, όπου ουσιαστικά χτίζεται από 2,5 κιλοβατόρες, οπότε έχουμε αυτό εδώ που είναι στις 10 κιλοβατόρες και μπορεί να επεκταθεί μέχρι 25. Και πάνω είναι το controller. Και αυτό που λέγαμε περί εξέλιξης, έχουμε και εξέλιξη, δηλαδή εδώ πέρα έχουμε πλέον ένα καινούργιο μοντέλο που θα είναι από 7,5 κιλοβατόρες αποτελούμενο το στοιχείο. Φαίνεται ότι οι τάσεις, όχι οι δικιά σας οι τάσεις, ναι, οι τάσεις γενικώς, στην ελληνική αγορά θα εξελιχθεί πάρα πολύ με αποθήκευση. Δηλαδή όλα τα έργα που θα είναι zero feed-in και θα θέλουν αποθηκεύσεις, οπότε και εδώ θεωρούμε ότι χάρη στις συνεργασίες που έχουμε θα έχουμε και αντίστοιχα προϊόντα. Εδώ κάτι που ίσως στη Γερμανία που λέμε και στα μπαλκόνια και τέτοια πράγματα ζητιέται. All in one, δηλαδή είναι και inverter, 400 ως ίσως και σε κάποιες μικρές αυτόνομες εγκαταστάσεις, 400 έως 1000 W και μια με μικρή αποθήκευση 1,3 έως 2,4 κιλοβατόρες, ένα προϊόν. Και εδώ έχουμε πλέον και τις εφαρμογές με τους φορτιστές αυτοκινήτου. Ένας εδώ χαρακτηριστικός που μας έφερε ο κ. Φάης, που είναι νομίζω 11 κιλοβάτ. Και το design και επίσης ένας πελάτης μας ζήτησε κάποια στοιχεία, και εδώ δεν είναι όλοι οι φορτιστές οι ειδικοί, δεν είναι μόνο θέμα της τιμής, είναι το τι περιέχει μέσα, τι στάνταρ έχει. Μας ζήτησε κάποιος και κοιτούσαμε ότι ήταν ακριβώς, ας πούμε, φάμιλο με το αντίστοιχο που πουλάει η Mercedes για τα αυτοκίνητά της, δηλαδή από πλευράς τεχνικών χαρακτηριστικών. Και φυσικά το κομμάτι των αυτοματισμών, όπου εντάξει, εμπορικά τώρα το ότι περιέχεται πάντα μέσα, αυτό είναι ίσως λίγο και τεχνική λεπτομέρεια, δηλαδή κάθε inverter έχει μέσα του το toggle. Κάποιες άλλες εταιρείες το δίνουν έτσι ώστε να... Και φυσικά το application, το οποίο βοηθάει και τον εγκαταστάτη, βοηθάει και την υποστήριξη, γιατί φυσικά αυτό μπορεί να το δει και ο τεχνικός, το support το ελληνικό και το support το Ευρώπης, και αν φτάσουμε να χρειαστεί, ας πούμε, και η βοήθεια του κεντρικού support στην Κίνα, να μας καθοδηγήσουν και να δούνε τι συμβαίνει, ας πούμε, με το κάθε πελάτη μας σε οποιαδήποτε άκρη, ας πούμε, της Ελλάδος χρειαστεί την υποστήριξη. Και εντάξει, ενδεικτικά κάποια έργα στη Γερμανία, στην Εστονία, στην Πολωνία, είναι από μας την έδωσε της Βουλγαρία, Τουρκία που πάνε με δυνατούς ρυθμούς και τα αντίστοιχα μοντέλα που χρησιμοποιήσανε και κάποιες... ναι, με κάπου στη Μέση Ανατολή ένα νοσοκομείο, στην Κίνα. Τουρκία πάλι 6,5 ΜΒ. Εντάξει, και αυτό είναι στα Ηνωμένα Έθνη, δεν ξέρω τι εννοεί. Και ένα ενδεικτικό εδώ με τριφασικό inverter και φορτιστή αυτοκινήτου και αποθήκευση. Και στη Βραζιλία, αν τα ετοίμασε ο Πολωνός αυτά, αλλά μάλλον στη Βραζιλία πρέπει να πήγε για διακοπές μετά και έβαλε και κάνα 2 έργα από εκεί. Και στην Αυστραλία. Ευχαριστούμε για την παρουσία σας και τη συμμετοχή σας. Είμαστε εδώ, παρόντες στην ελληνική αγορά, και ήρθαμε για να μείνουμε. Και πιστεύω ότι και με τη βοήθειά σας και με τη βοήθεια των συνεργατών, όπως είναι και ο κύριος Σιδηροκαστρίτης, θα έχουμε αποτελέσματα πάρα πολύ καλά για όλους. Τεχνικές ερωτήσεις μπορούμε να τις δούμε, αν θέλετε, για να μην καθυστερούμε και όλους τους άλλους στον βαθμό που μπορούμε να δούμε, ή έστω να σημειώσουμε για να μπορέσουμε να τις απαντήσουμε. Νομίζω ότι ήταν σφίνα και ευχαριστούμε και thanks Sunova for the time to present another one company. Thank you for this. Ευχαριστώ πολύ. Δεν ξέρω ο κύριος Φάης αν θέλει να πει κάτι, να προσθέσει. Τα είπα όλα. Εντάξει, λίγα. Αν θέλετε, γιατί έχουμε και live μετάδοση, για να ακούγεται κιόλας. Γι' αυτό σου πει το μικρόφωνο.
Καταρχήν και εγώ να ευχαριστήσω που ήρθατε και ενδεχομένως πολύ εκτός Αθηνών. Εντάξει, βασικά για. Λοιπόν, τα είπε ο Γιώργος εξαιρετικά. Εμείς αργήσαμε να μπούμε σε αυτόν τον κλάδο γιατί είναι, θεωρώ, ένας απαιτητικός κλάδος που θέλει να είναι σίγουρος ο εισαγωγές για το τι θα φέρει στην αγορά. Έχουν έρθει πάρα πολλά inverter, πολλά τα έχουμε δει και με το Σπύρο πριν αποφασίσουμε αυτό εδώ πέρα την επιλογή αυτού του υλικού. Ο λόγος μας έκανε να το αποφασίσουμε είναι το ότι έχει υιοθετηθεί και είναι καταξιωμένο ήδη πριν γίνει γνωστό το όνομά του, το οποίο μας έκανε μεγάλη διαφορά. Δηλαδή είναι υλικό δοκιμασμένο σε απαιτητικές αγορές και είναι πολύ αξιόπιστο, έχει αποδειχτεί αξιόπιστο και αποφασίσαμε να δουλέψουμε αυτό. Τα πάνελ είναι η ίδια περίπτωση, είναι ένα πάνελ το οποίο ήταν πολύ καλό πριν γίνει τα αιρένα. Η τύχη, ας πούμε, το έφερε να γίνει τα αιρένα με την αρχή της συνεργασίας μας, οπότε παίζει πλέον στο ίδιο επίπεδο με ό,τι καλύτερο υπάρχει στην αγορά. Η εταιρεία μας δουλεύει με την Gint που ενδεχομένως γνωρίζουν αρκετοί τα τελευταία 30 χρόνια. Ενώ ήμασταν σίγουροι θα κάνουμε συνεργασία με την Gint, ο λόγος που επιλέξαμε τελικά αυτό το δίδυμο είναι ότι είναι στην ουσία ίδιες ποιότητες προϊόντα, επίσης καταξιωμένα, αλλά πάρα πολύ πιο ευέλικτες εταιρείες στο να μας βοηθήσουν σε project που πιστεύουμε σίγουρα θα ακούσετε ότι θα αναλάβουμε στην ελληνική αγορά. Δηλαδή έχουν ένα flexibility, ας πούμε, να κάνουν πράγματα που σε μια πολύ μεγάλη εταιρεία που ενδεχομένως δεν τα φτιάχνει όλα τα προϊόντα μόνη της, είναι πολύ πιο δύσκολο. Οπότε αποφασίσαμε να δουλέψουμε με αυτούς. Αυτό που θέλω να κρατήσω στο μυαλό σας είναι ότι το προϊόν είναι πάρα πολύ αξιόπιστο, θα έχει ένα πολύ καλό backup, γιατί επιλέξαμε πάλι να έχουμε συνεργάτες που μπορούν να το στηρίξουν το προϊόν και σε όλα είμαστε πίσω εμείς που είμαστε μια εμπορική εταιρεία από το 1953. Αν θέλετε οτιδήποτε άλλο, πολύ ευχαρίστω να το απαντήσω.
Για τη φιλοξενία εδώ. Για τη φιλοξενία στο Holiday Inn. Επίσης, σε όλες τις θέσεις βάλαμε αυτό εδώ που αφορά τα πάνελ της... και εδώ έχουμε μια πολιτισμική διαφορά. Εγώ παλαιότερος είμαι λάτρης του χαρτιού και του prospect και όλα αυτά, αλλά εδώ επανατροφιεύουν ένα σκανάρι κάποιος για να δει οτιδήποτε χρειάζεται να κάνει. Αλλά έχουμε φέρει και το υλικό μεταφρασμένο το